was quite a lot of news, but just the headline is basically that Taliban took over all of Afghanistan. They announced today that Panjshir is in their control, and they are gonna because they had cut off electricity, internet, and I believe other utilities to the region. Those gonna be by today's like afternoon. So it's gonna be these services are gonna continue to be available to people. They say they cannot find the resistance, the Northern Alliance, the resistance fighters leaders, and they have fled to Tajikistan. Uh, but there is no confirmation about that. Although the spokesperson for the resistance or the Northern whatever alliance you want to call them, the spokesperson apparently did on a tweet or something say that Afghanistan was murdered or killed, which basically I think is kind of they're admitting defeat. Although Shah Massoud's son Ahmad Massoud, he did tweet that he's safe and sound. So it's a bit confusing as of yet, but it's clear that Taliban has completely taken control. That was the biggest development out there. You also had women protest all across Afghanistan, in Kabul, in Mazar Sharif. Some of them got violence to an extent. Some of them were peaceful. Taliban came out and started talking. Their spokespersons that women are a big part of the society. We hope we believe they play an important role in Islamic society, but also it's important to point out that they did also announce that music is illegal in Islam, and we hope to convince people. We don't hope to enforce some. So I mean, we'll see when when they fully are in charge, how they react. And they announced that tomorrow their leader, who has not been seen in public, will be seen in public for the first time. So that's a great,
And he's in Afghanistan.
Step
He's
towards
in Afghanistan, their
transparency.
leader.
Yes, yeah, of course. I mean, that's the thing. I'm not even sure they had a leader until they took over Kabul. But yes, now he's anyway. But yeah, so and interestingly, it came out that apparently Ashraf Ghani, when he fled, he and his team had taken $163 million. According to one of the ambassadors of his own government, they have taken over $150 million as they fled the country, which is just great. And yeah, so that these are, but the developments in, let me just add a tiny annex. The takeover of Panjshir was quite interesting because it kind of demonstrated the just level of incompetency on both sides. You had Taliban moving in quite fast, even though Panjshir is in a very geopolitically favorable position. The resistance
geographically,
geographically, geographically it's very geopolitic, like it's highlands and then valleys and all that. I don't know how they really they didn't put up much of a fight. At the same time, you had really crazy going ons. Like there was an explosion of a mountain behind Taliban forces, which led to Taliban retreating and leaving some of the US equipments to be seized by resistance fighters. And that just happened like a day or 2 days before this takeover. So it was just both sides. It seems like, I mean, I just hope there's some level of stability in this country. But I don't know what the hell is going on, really. I don't know what, and there wasn't, I kept reading these articles to find out the reason for the explosion of a mountain, but
wow,
doesn't seem to have been part of the tactic. I don't know, but anyways, so yeah, it was, but it's done now, it seems.
I see. And yeah, and with the whole leadership and all that coming out, and with Taliban saying, they're going to encourage people not to listen to music and all this. As you pointed out, it's really hard to tell right now if they have any control over other Taliban members and leaders in different provinces across the country. So who's going to do what, even if someone's saying it, is unclear, right?
Yeah, exactly. And to be honest, the fact that international organizations are cutting off money and US is basically blocking Afghan funds, Afghani government funds from Taliban, that's gonna be, I mean, I don't think, I mean, those things are gonna all play like they're gonna play, how do they say it? They, if they want to promote human rights and women rights and stuff, I think those things gonna be counter acting those aims, be acting against those aims, I
Yeah.
think. But they think they gain leverage maybe through that, through blocking their money, but I don't, who knows.
Yeah, no, good stuff. And then this wasn't part of your notes and stuff, but I'm sure you heard or you saw the highlights, how Biden, when he gave his last speech on Afghanistan, he said that the US is going to stop nation building. I just found that to be funny, and it was
Did
reported
he?
everywhere. Yeah.
Oh,
The
I know. I didn't
headlines
see. I did
everywhere.
see that interview that he did clearly say that. I mean, that was Obama's kind of a strategy, and that's why he pulled out of Iraq as well. That they're going to basically Africa, Arabian Peninsula, all these places. They're going to basically just be use drone and
Yeah.
airstrikes and all that. Yeah,
No, I
but
mean, they're
yeah,
continuing.
not nation. Now we're just gonna, we're not gonna even pretend to
Yeah,
do the nice parts. We're just gonna do the,
exactly.
yeah. And I love, but we'll get, but I love, I mean, that's why I mean most of the people who say are leftists are actually national socialists in the specific definition of the word, not in the, I don't mean to bring up connotations of anything, but they're nationally socialist. What they want is socialism for their own nations, like kind of what the Stalin wanted, you know. Uh, that's what they want. They don't like, that they would be very happy with that, most people.
Yeah, no, certainly. Okay, but nice. Is there anything else on Afghanistan? I know there are a bunch of, there's so much content out there right now. Netflix has Afghanistan a series, HBO, all of them, Amazon, just a bunch of Afghanistan and past
Oh,
20
there are
years since
great,
9/11.
yeah, there are great contents out there about I mean, the best thing about, I mean, just check out, I suggest, if there any footage regarding this is, check out the footage with Berzinski setting up. Berzinski, by the way, national security advisor to Jimmy Carter, a Democratic president, not the Democratic president who's today is still revered as the nice guy of, like he was too nice, that's why he lost and all. So yeah, check out that video with Berzinski basically setting up Taliban, which is great. It's just it's fantastic. Like God is on your side, so you will defeat the
Yeah.
Soviet forces. And then I believe he does describe it as a trap and all that. It's just fast. It's that just that's the best footage that I've seen so far.
No, definitely. And of course, Bin Laden's back on TV a lot, and the
Is he?
9/11 footage and all that. Or, I mean, a lot of these documentaries and stuff are about him specifically, because
Oh
especially
yeah.
when they talk about, before the invasion of Afghanistan. But no, again, they were showing, I don't know which one of the documentaries it was, but they were showing when, I love this clip. It's just so funny when Obama and Hillary Clinton, they're all in that room and they're about to
Oh
like
yeah.
kill Osama, and they talk about the helicopter that completely crashes into the into the villa
I
and stuff. It is funny.
just it's Chapo Trap House has a great segment on Marines and on special forces and the people who carried out Bin Laden assassination, and it's fast. Just it's amazing because they reference some sources which I wrote down, but I don't have the notes in front of me. That's those are great. Like it's fascinating to see the level of incompetence, violence, corruption, all of that is just fascinating.
No, definitely. I mean, I think the Netflix one is semi-decent. I forgot the name, but I haven't seen all of it. And they also talk about like they're kind of they're just all these stories that we heard a lot in the past 10 to 20 years. Like, when they got Afghani soldiers like costumes that are more uniforms that are more expensive than even the US ones or something, but they were like still so shit. So they're like, we don't understand how this happened, like where all this what is going
Oh
on
no,
here
no,
and stuff. All these old
no.
stories
I
resurfacing are so funny.
Sure,
Well,
sure.
not
No,
funny, but I mean, yeah.
yeah. No, it is funny in a morbid way. No, I meant more specifically about like Marines and stuff because they
Yeah, no,
are
no, I know what you're
made
saying. Yeah,
out of to be this sort of uh, amazing force,
yeah,
uncorruptible, surgical, and then you find out no, they're really bad at what they do. They include people with at least allegations of rape, pedophilia, uh, murder, and it's you oh, that's one example I remember from an episode. They described one guy whose teammates would mess up with his a sniper thingy. What do you call that? The thing that helps the snipers to focus, the lens, I don't know.
oh, okay, I'm not sure. Yeah.
Yeah, they would mess up with it with his lenses or whatever, to so because he kept just murdering children and old people.
Okay.
Like that was his thing. That was in Iraq though, I believe.
Shit,
But
yeah.
yeah, no, I just yeah. But Bin Laden raid is also a great
Yeah.
example of like they killed this 60-year-old clearly with the intelligence like coming from Pakistan that
Yeah.
like they like every like it's impossible that they didn't know he's not there. Like he was living in a flat, like watching TV. Anyway.